And Jack Black has been in 2 game movies so far. So what if he comes back as Ganon?
Oh my God, I do not want Jack Black as Ganon. If Idris Elba is
he could be a
Ganon, though,
Goron.
he could totally be the king of
Because they're
Gorons.
silly.
They're so silly. But if Idris Elba is is Ganon, like he also is the voice of Knuckles, so that would be like Sony making Zelda with an actor who played a lead character in a Sega movie
Sonic,
franchise, now in Nintendo's like world of Zelda. Like that would just be like too many fucking video game worlds
Idris
colliding.
Elba is not is obviously not a stranger to games because he's also in Cyberpunk 2077.
There you go. Hashtag Idris for Ganon. I'm into it. Like celebrate that win. He'd be cool. Let's go for it.
That would be great.
So good. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of the Addison Gaming Podcast, the show where we talk about the games we want to whenever they came out, because that's what we're playing. We'll talk old stuff, we'll talk new stuff, we'll talk everything in between. I'm your host, WckdGmrUK Allen, but on this episode, you can call me Mina the Howler, because I am so excited to play that demo, because that game looks fucking sick. And as always, I am joined by the most amazing co-host in the world, Mike Malldee, aka Chibi Robo, the most amazing and cutest mascot Nintendo has ever created. How you doing, Mike?
Good. How are you?
I am really, really good. I am doing very good. I am, going through a little bit of like a lull at the moment. A lull at the moment. I'm wrapping up DK Bonanza.
Oh, you haven't finished it yet?
I haven't finished it yet. Yeah, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. I feel like everybody's DK Bonanza'd out, you know?
Yeah.
It was such a deluge, but a fun deluge. I'm still loving it, but I just want to work my way through it at my own pace. But I am coming towards the end of it, I know, and I'm thinking about what's all this stuff that I can play, and I just don't know where to go. You know, when you just
that's
don't
how
know
I
what
feel
you want
as
to play?
well. There's nothing, Nintendo. Give me something, and I'm just. I know I can play like Xbox. I haven't re-signed up for the Xbox Pass since my free trial ended.
Yeah,
just because we've had things go on, had a wedding, had vacation, and this and that. And I feel like we haven't done a podcast in a while, even though I know we pre-recorded and released stuff on preview, that we released stuff, so it felt like we were doing stuff. But
it's been a while since we've actually done this.
It's actually been a while since we've done a podcast, and I just have been, I want to play more games, but I'm just kind of spent all this money on the Switch, and I'm like, give me something.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I do have stuff that I have been playing on Switch. Like I have been playing Hogwarts Legacy. Don't hurt me. Don't judge me. I love trans people. Trans rights forever.
100%.
I did
Save
buy
the dolls.
it. I protect the dolls. I did buy it. I did buy it secondhand, so it's not like I'm giving money directly to J.K. Rowling or anything.
Right.
But, so I just wanted to really try it because grew up with like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And I really just want that. I don't want it to be. It's something that I have to do, and so anyway.
Yeah. No, I get that, and I think I would love. Just on that note, I'd love to do an episode where we discuss the kind of. That whole concept, right? Of where do we draw the line in terms of games we like to play, but then also the fact that it's not necessarily aligned, with creators or with whoever's involved with the game itself. Maybe they're controversial or they're, people who don't align with our viewpoints. I find that a really interesting concept. There's no one way, right? Because I could see lots of viewpoints, and I'd love to have that discussion at some point. So
but there's also a ton of games out there that we don't know about. We don't know who created it. We don't know what their viewpoints are. And there's also a lot of games out there that are kind of just kind of rude and in things they say and stuff, and you're kind of hey, why would they put that in there? It's
exactly.
So but this is just somebody who's outspoken, obviously. But what's funny about Hogwarts Legacy, and I know we should probably do another episode about this, but you can make a trans person, not necessarily trans. They can be just non-binary.
Cool.
You can make them look like a boy, but then you choose them whatever looks like a boy.
Right.
But you can choose a whole masculine character, and then choose to put them in the girls' dormitory. I'm like, what?
Okay.
It's you can choose I guess that it didn't make sense to me at first. And I was like,
Right.
oh, they did this on purpose probably. But anyway, like you can just be who you want to be and then live your life how you want it to be in this game, which is interesting. So.
And you are enjoying your time with the game?
It's very, very fulfilling. Yes.
Cool.
It's scratching that Harry Potter itch that I had. Like, cause I usually like rewatch the whole series every year and I, or I'll read the book or something cause I have it on my Kindle and I'm just like, I need it. It just helps scratch that itch. I don't know.
Yeah. It's comfort food, right?
You know, it is. It's like and I hate that I hate that I feel guilty about it. So.
Yeah, I grapple with some of those things too, right? Like, you know, I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but you know, I mean, this is completely not the same example, but it's like, you know, when I have a McDonald's or something, right? Like you just kind of go like, oh, it's so good, but I know I shouldn't have it or whatever. But yeah, I think there are those comfort games. There are those things that just make you feel like you're allowed to kind of just get lost in it. And, you know, like some people, like I know every Christmas love to watch every like extended version film of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings or something, which takes like, I don't know, it basically takes them all year long because then they have to start over and, you know, at Christmas time because they're so long. But, you know, obviously mine are like anytime I need to go in my little like comfort place, it's Jurassic Park films. I just sit there and watch them back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah, I have several comfort food things. One of them is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And,
which coming a new one, right?
I'm excited. Okay, cool. We're doing a run through of Buffy right now with Johnny. And we have 2 more seasons left.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I usually
has he ever seen him before?
No. So
he's doing this fresh.
Yeah, I have to explain things to him because it's taken us over a year to do it, and for the whole thing to get this far. We're in season 5 right now, and he's like, wait, why did they say that? And I'm like, remember? And I'm all like, remember in season 1 episode when they did? And he's like, no, I don't remember. I was like, how do you forget these things?
Tune in, right? Take notes.
Pay attention. Get off your phone. And here I am. I'm watching it for the first time. But he is enjoying it, and he is really enjoying it actually. And he's
do you have any? Oh, go on. Sorry.
I was just saying, he's this amazed. He's like, this wasn't like 1999 to where we're at right now, 2000. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, this has really stood the test of time. Like it's pretty good, and it's like he's like the quality is amazing. And he said, now the graphics and stuff are kind of silly and funny, but he's like, for TV, this was really good. I'm like, yeah, that's why there's still like a cult following and all this. Yeah. So.
And do you reckon they're gonna be able to like reboot it in a way that is gonna satisfy, you know, the OGs in the house?
Yeah, I'm not scared about it. It can't ruin the experience that I have for Buffy to begin with. Like it's been so long, it's fine. The reboot is it's completely new and it's like completely, from what I understand, is going to be completely different. And but I mean, maybe it won't be. I don't know. From what I understand, they're trying to do it right and trying to give it justice. But even if it fails, it's not going to ruin Buffy for me. So.
Sarah Michelle Gellar is like totally involved, though, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay. Then if she's there, and I think there's other. I mean, I watched a few episodes of Buffy when it was on growing up. I never really like had the.
I have all 7 seasons on DVD if you want to borrow them.
On DVD, who has a DVD player, Mike?
I have a DVD player.
You have a DVD player? Probably the original one you bought during when Buffy was out that you could like. Oh wait, I could probably watch it in the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I got a DVD player.
It's on Hulu. I mean, it's on Disney Plus as well. So.
Oh right, okay. But
Disney Plus in the UK.
Oh yeah, all that like
Sorry.
that all like gets all confusing, doesn't it? But yeah, no, I never really watched it religiously. But in the episodes that I caught, I was like, yeah, this is really cool and really good. But yeah, so I guess for all those Buffy stands out there, the new one's coming. Get ready.
Also to turn this into gaming, I own on PlayStation 2 the Buffy Chaos Bleeds game.
And do you know, oddly, I've heard like good things about that.
Yeah, but the problem is it glitches out at one point, and I could never get past it. But I feel like if I played it again, maybe I was just dumb when I was playing it, but
that sort of rings a bell. There's something famous about that game.
Yeah, it actually has like it was really good reviews about it, and I bought it at GameStop secondhand, and I was like, oh, I love it. You know, I had to own everything Buffy at the time because I owned first of all I owned season 1 through 7 separately in box sets, and then I was like, I need one box set, so then I bought a box set.
Yeah.
And so now I have 2 box sets of Buffy. And then, so yeah, I'm kind of obsessed.
Amazing. And I think and then this is not good like conversation piece for a podcast, but I think that with the Buffy the Vampire Slayer game, I think there was some designer or whoever who was actually one of the leads on it, who's actually quite a big person in the games industry. It was one of their first ones. So I think it's got a pedigree behind it. That's a really interesting lineage that
I know everybody was like the original vocals to it, except for Willow sounded awful.
Oh, right.
And then, but like Spike was there, and then somebody else. Maybe Sarah Michelle Gellar was voiced in there, but I feel like Sarah Michelle Gellar didn't really do extra things outside of just the show.
Yeah.
Every time there was panels talking about the show, Sarah Michelle Gellar was never there. Everybody else was there except for her. So,
right.
So that's about to bring it into games.
Yeah. Well, speaking of games, like you, I've been, traveling and had lots of things going on. But one of the things I got to do that makes me feel complete with my Switch 2 now is I took it on my first trip, which is great.
I've yet to do that.
It feels a lot like bringing the Switch 1, of course, but this thing's big. And like immediately when I was trying to pack it into my backpack and my carry-on bag, like I was like, man, this thing takes up so much more space. Like couldn't get my headphones in the right way. It was actually really irritating. I mean, I figured it out.
Did you buy a new case for it?
I bought a case for it. I didn't buy a new one, but no, I bought a case for it, but my Switch 1 case wouldn't work with it. It was like a really compact one. And then plus I wanted a case that had more slots for like physical games, because I was throwing a lot of them in like a zipper bit, and it was annoying trying to find them. So I've got all the games now really nicely organized. And this one even has slots for like micro SD cards in it as well. So like if I start to get more of those, I can put it in there. So that was really cool.
You are a digital fan.
I am fully digital pretty much. So that was really good. It's a big honker to carry around with me. But one of the things that I got to do, so I feel like I had my full like, on the original Switch commercial, there's like you see the guy getting on the plane and he puts this kickstand out and he's kind of playing like this, as the plane's about to take off. I think he was playing Skyrim or something. They were showing that. Well, I got to do that plus the one bit from the original commercial where they're on the roof and they hand the remote and they're playing Mario Kart or Super Mario, right? So I got to do that with my niece.
You're like, you want to play here?
Yeah, exactly. So I was doing that with my niece. She was sitting next to me, and it was a short like hour flight from Dublin to London or whatever. But that hour flew by so fast because we just sat there playing race after race on Mario Kart World. It felt really good to play with the controller.
The new controllers.
Yeah, it was fine. Right? It wasn't. They're definitely much more comfortable to hold in the original Switch because those first ones are so tiny.
I still haven't done that with mine. Because I have no point. I have a Pro controller. Why would I do that?
Yeah, exactly. But from using it in that way, like the kickstand worked really well. Like the plane, there was a few like bumpy moments, but it was like it stayed steady. The controllers were, I wouldn't want to play like that forever, of course, right? We have Pro controllers, but
for the hour, it was perfect.
Yeah, taking it off, handing it to my niece, and just cracking on with the game and you know what? Because I'm not a big fan of Super Mario Kart World, but in that instance, I was like, oh my God, this game is fun because we were just laughing the whole time, playing with the different characters. She definitely kicked my ass many times. She's very good. So it was a really nice moment. I was sort of geeking out because I was like, I'm playing my Switch 2 on a plane with my, controllers detached and I'm doing it like the commercial.
That.
I'm living that Switch 2 commercial life. So,
I'm taking my Switch 2. I'm flying to the States on Monday.
Okay.
So, I'm taking it with me then. And
long haul.
We'll
do you have a battery pack? Because that battery drains fast. I have to say that.
I can take I have a nerdy neck one that goes around my neck, but it charges my Oculus, my Quest 3 fine while I'm playing. So that should have enough power to charge my Switch.
Probably, yeah. I mean, the Oculus probably draws more power, no?
And I think so. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll take that.
Yeah. Wait, I just need a sidebar. You wear it around your neck?
Well, because it's for when you're playing VR, so it's like you don't want it on the ground or in your
Yeah.
pocket. So it's around your neck. And honestly, it doesn't get hot and I don't feel it at all. And then I should put the link in the description below or something. But it's like, it's so good. Like I love my little VR neck battery thing, and they're detachable. So like this side comes off and you can put another one back on so that you never have, and this side has its own battery and this side has its own battery. And then I have a replacement one. So you can always have one charging. So when this one dies, you'll have this one to go off on, and you can pop in a new one and charge the other one. So you have unlimited playtime. It's amazing.
What? This sounds like something from a future planet that I've never visited. I have no idea.
Have you seen those people who wear the things around their necks and they have fans and it blows up?
Yes.
Yes.
Like
a neck fan? That's exactly what it looks like, but it's a battery.
Okay. Great. Love it. I think
I'll let you
bring that with you because that Switch 2 battery, like we played for an hour nonstop of Mario Kart World, and I think we were already down to like almost 60% battery for just 1 hour. So like, it's gonna go fast. So
I was just playing the Hogwarts game on my Switch. I was at 90%. And I just put it on my hand and I was playing with for maybe less than half an hour, maybe 20 minutes. I was just trying to update something. I was updating my skill points or whatever. And because I was watching a YouTube video, like what's best skill points, because I can't do anything on my own. I have to always have recommendations. So I'm like updating it and I just playing around. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, oh, I'm seeing how it feels in handheld mode. Then I went from 90 to 70% in like 20 minutes because that game was demanding, I guess. So
yes, it is. Yeah, I bet that pulls a lot of power because that's like, that's a heavy resource game, isn't it? There's a lot of stuff happening in the background. But yeah, so I'm glad I had the chance to play Mario Kart World like that, because then I like realized actually that game is that's exactly what that game's for. So basically, I just need more friends to come over and play games with me because I don't have enough friends.
I mean, you and I both are very much solo gamers. Like we like to dive into a game, get lost into it,
100%.
play. Yeah. So
yeah. But then, again, I don't mind a good party game here and there, but it's not going to be top of the list. But so that was a lot of fun, and I'm glad I had that experience. I sort of think I need to buy a bigger backpack that I can take on the planes with me because I'm about to start traveling loads again, and I just feel like, man, this thing is big. It is big, real big.
All right, so let's talk about some Nintendo news.
Yeah, speaking
of
just
lulls, gaming news in general.
Yeah, I think so. Because speaking of lulls, we're in that kind of period now, right? It's coming towards the end of the summer. Everything, people are getting ready to go back to school. Things are a little bit quiet in terms of like big stuff. Like people are starting to hold games until like we get into the fall and then the Christmas season. So
yeah.
But you were saying in preparation for this, like, we still have no idea what the roadmap is in terms of Nintendo games when they're coming out. So I hadn't even clocked that.
There is no roadmap for. There's all these games that have been announced. Yeah, but there's no roadmap. For example, like where are the dates, Nintendo? Where are the dates? We have Elder Ring, the Tarnished Edition or whatever it's called. No date. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, no date. Kirby Air Riders, no date. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, no date. The only date we have is exactly 2 months away. Pokemon Legends whatever it's called, and it's October 16th. And I'm like, and then everybody's done with except for you. Everybody's done with Donkey Kong Bonanza. Like it's done, and we have nothing to do right now. Like as in like first party Nintendo games. Like give me something to do.
Yeah, the kind of bigger ones is like, from the last Nintendo Direct, not the Indie Direct, but the partner showcase. Like we found out that like Star Wars, Outlaws is coming around December 4th or something.
Everything's like late in the year.
It's like later in the year, right? So
and there were some things that are out now, like but also there were kind of like silly fun. I don't know, indie type games that I wasn't. I was like, oh, it doesn't really. Maybe I'll look. I don't know. It's something that I may or may not want to play, but nothing that excited me to go to go and grab. So
it is. So I'm excited. I mentioned it at the top, like, and I've mentioned the game a couple of times to you. Mina the Howler.
Yeah, Mina the Howler. What's that date?
So I think it's October 31st. It's around Halloween.
So far away.
It is far away. But you can play the demo now on Switch too. And I can't like check it out, Mike, because it's basically taking the art style of Link's Awakening from the original Game Boy, and it's built around that. and it's the same team who did Shovel Knight, so they've got that real good sense of like taking retro games but making them fresh and new. So that one I get really excited for. So we have I think either a date or a window of when that's coming out. But then, like, go over the list of games that you mentioned again that we don't have dates for, because I just want to pack it. So
you were excited about that one.
I'm still excited about that. That's Bandai Namco, and I started to play that on the Xbox, but then I think I'm gonna do better with Elden Ring when it's on a portal, like when I can play it anywhere with the Switch 2.
Because I travel.
Totally, but it's one of those that the control scheme is really like it's complicated. It can be complicated, right? And you have to really get good at that game. So like if I have the Switch with me all the time, then I can just pick up and play a little and feel like I can get better rather than having to sit in front of the TV and dedicate 2 or 3 hours to it at a time. So
and then Metroid Prime Beyond 4 Beyond, it's like
okay.
2025 is all I have.
Put your tinfoil hat on. When do you think? Get your crystal ball out, Mike. When is it coming out? When is Metroid Prime Beyond, Prime 4 Beyond?
September.
What? Because my birthday's in September. When do you think it is?
20. When's your birthday? That's the day.
September 23rd.
3rd.
That's on Tuesday. That would be a
then fine day. On September 28th,
28th,
4th, 7th. I don't know.
Because there's no big first party Nintendo game.
I think Metroid's
September,
coming out
right?
at Christmas, honestly.
You think so?
It's going to make us wait.
So wait, okay, let's play this game. So
it's too soon to say September because they would be promoting the shit out of it more than they have. So it's not coming out in September.
So Pokemon ZA, that's in November, right?
October
we know
16th.
That's October 16th. Okay. So they won't want to compete with that.
Nope.
We don't know if there's do we know if there's a November game?
No November game.
Take a step back for a minute. What do we know that's coming out this year? We know Metroid Prime 4.
We know all these things are coming out, but we just don't have dates.
Kirby Air Ride's supposed to still come out, right?
Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, I believe.
Oh, boring. Get it out of here.
I know. I just want the story. So.
Oh, okay. I'll just watch a YouTube.
And it's been rumored that Tekken 8 is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Right.
So, but that's Bandai Namco, and the reason it's Tekken 8 can play on the Steam Deck, fine.
Right.
And we all know that the Steam Deck is a less capable system than Nintendo Switch 2. So.
Is it? Okay, cool.
Yes. The Steam Deck is like the Steam Deck that came out, the Switch 2 is better than it.
Yeah.
So it can't do everything the Steam Deck can do.
Sure.
But that's because Nintendo, it's
yeah,
exclusive. So, but
on the Tekken one though, that's interesting because I'm curious about that one because is there an audience on the Nintendo Switch 2 for a Tekken, right? I'm sure there is, right? It's a growing platform. It's selling so quickly, but I just am curious about that.
If they put it on a game key card, it will be an audience for it. No. If they put it on an actual cartridge, if they put it on an actual cartridge, there will be an audience for it. If it comes on a game key card, I'll probably pass it like I did Street Fighter. So, although I might download Street Fighter just because.
And you're a Tekken kid, right? You like Tekken?
I used to love it. Yeah.
I never really got into it. Do you know if because I don't know much about Tekken, do you know if the Tekken community or if they're liking this one? Has it been well received?
I don't follow the Tekken community.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
So I don't know. But it looks good. I watched some previews with it and it was really fun. So
I'd love to see that come out and be successful because remember when Mortal Kombat 1 came out on the Switch, it was it looked really gross. It was more of a morbid curiosity of being oh my God, what does this look like on the Switch? I need Tekken 8 to come out and look so fucking good. And people are yes, this can be a solid place for these games to come out. That would be a cool story.
I mean, it's weird that we have to say that because this is a brand new system and everything should look amazing. So,
well, you saw the footage from the Star Wars Outlaws. I was kind of going this looks a little muddy.
And some of those were just cutscenes too, weren't they?
Yeah,
and they looked a little muddy.
I mean, it's not fair to judge something on YouTube, right? Because there's compression and all that stuff. But I don't know.
Okay,
Keep going.
speaking
Sorry,
of
I keep cutting you
judging
off when we're jumping
games,
around.
speaking of judging games, so wait, we need some dates. So we're gonna bounce back to that actually,
Okay, go
because
for it.
I need to speak. We do have something that just came out yesterday, August 14th, which was Dragon Drive game, the wheelchair basketball game.
I tried to forget about that already.
Because and let's get the elephant out of the room. Nintendo won't even call it wheelchairs. They'll call it, what do they call it?
I have no idea, but
They call
like
it something
why?
else. But they're
Yeah,
like
but why
denying
won't they?
like let people be seen, guy. Like, ugh. Anyway.
You know?
Yeah.
It's almost like they do like, what's that thing where it's like you take one step forward and two steps back here, right?
Yes.
Because there is like that's
And not just
great.
that. It's great the new mechanics and stuff, but like to make it's not even an accessible game because like you said, I think was like if you have to be able-bodied to play this game.
Right,
So,
yeah.
Like you have to have use of both hands to play this game, which for most games, true, you have to have use of both hands, but like you have to have a really good use of both hands.
I mean, this is a completely different mobility type for for this game.
Like somebody who lives in a wheelchair and doesn't require assistance, like is like somebody who can just be on their own without help. Basically, they can push themselves. Sure. This game's for them, sure. Yeah. But also like other people that like they can't play it really
exactly who don't
it might be too hard on them or they won't be able to. But
what else, like you were telling me more like beyond that piece of it, like you were saying there's been lots of criticism.
It's been a lot of criticism.
Yeah.
The average reviews I've seen a 5 out of 10, a 7 out of 10, and a 6 out of 10, so I'm just saying it's a 6. Playing with people have since been saying playing with their arms and doing that is very tiring, right? And it's not meant to be a workout game. So and it's like
it's one of those things though. You go like where are you gonna play it? You know what I mean? Like I sit on my
most
sofa.
People play on their couch, and so like I don't know, or in their bed, and so this is not a mobile game either. Like you can't. I don't think you can play this on. You have to.
It's just one of those. It's one of those like. I mean, it's what like I think it's like $20 or £20 or something. It's not like a full price game. So there is some like understanding maybe in terms of fair content or whatever. But like it's a tech demo, right? Somebody had an idea in the development cycle, and they were like, "Oh, let's just turn this into something we can sell." And I feel like it's like what I'm here. It's got the ingredients for something interesting. But like who's going to spend the time to understand the control scheme and get good at it, and then really create a community of players that want to go and do online matches or whatever. It's just not going to happen, is it? It's just be forgotten.
It'd kind of be better if you just had like 2 wheels next to you and then just like roll them. I don't know.
Yeah,
just making up stuff like because you're trying to make it move. No, but also it's been saying the game's very shallow. It lacks a lot of content. It has very little in the way of unlockables, no customization really, very little customization, lacks personality and variety. I remember saying when we first saw the direct for it and or it was in the direct, I was like, it looks cool, but honestly it's a side for me. Like I'm going to visit it and then I'm going to get rid of it because I'm just like, I don't know. The colors weren't there. It just kind of looked dull. Like I just remember, even now, watching gameplay, I'm like, this looks boring. Yeah, and
it's like they got it to like just before like really super polished. They're like, okay, let's not spend any more money on this, and we're done with it.
I think they could have done more as in like having more variety in matches. I don't even think there's multiple courts or something, or I don't know. There was just a lot of complaints. I didn't really get deep dive into it. Sure. I just read that it was a meh.
Yeah. And oh gosh, what was I going to say? I was going to say that, when we were watching the announcement trailer and we saw this coming out, like I get really jazzed up for like interesting concepts for like gameplay, right? Like I like really quirky Nintendo when they try new things out. So I was like really hot on this. I was like, it's going to be really cool. It's going to be really great to play. And then immediately when I started, when you were sharing this about me and I heard other people talking about it, I was like, I'm just going to like, forget about this one. Basically, I'm just going to leave it on red and not even give it any attention and just
no attention
whatsoever.
No, I saw some game. First of all, I don't like sports, so that was like a downer for me. But I was like, well, this is an interesting concept. And then after hearing about all the feedback, I don't think I'm going to even visit it. So,
but I wonder. I'll be curious, like because when one of the things you were saying earlier is like hungry to play something on your Switch too, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if this gets that bump like randomly, that there's like, oh, we see that
Something
there's like
new.
1 million copies sold on this,
and it's not $80.
Like, people loved it, right? So yeah, it's just it could have that perfect release date for it to.
Yeah, they're like, oh, well, it's not $80, so I can play this.
And I don't want it to do bad just because I don't like it. Like I want every game to succeed, but it just.
I don't want it to do bad. I want it to do better. So. I just want them to do better. Like this is a great idea, but also I don't know. I have to play it to even give it a fair review. But
that's like
the overall consensus out there is like meh.
Yeah, that's the way what you just said is like I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I fucking hate that statement. It's so annoying.
So anyway, but so cool. that's the like critique on that. If I need to, I'll do an out of sync review on it and suffer and whatever. But I feel like everybody else has already done that.
Yeah. What else can be said? I mean, I guess listeners, if you've checked out Drag and Drive, let us know in the comments or send in your thoughts. But have we got it wrong? Should we give it a go? Because we're open to it. Yeah.
But I got bored with Mario Kart. So like I'm probably gonna get really bored with this one quickly too. So I still play Mario Kart, don't get me wrong. But okay, so back to where the dates are, Nintendo. We have October 16th, Pokemon ZA coming out. And then, so I feel like stuff is about to happen because also Mario's 40th anniversary is in 2 weeks or 1 month from now, September 13th. So September 13th.
Mario and I share a same birthday month.
Yeah, you were born in the same decade.
Oh, we were 4 years apart because like he's my guy. Yeah, we're good.
So it's your anniversary and his anniversary, and so something will be happening. I would imagine. I bet you there's going to be the day before his birthday or the day of, and then stuff is going to drop. I don't know what's going to come. There's going to be a remastered old game that they've been keeping secret, or I doubt there will be a new game. But
what do you think what do you think it's going to be? The remasters? Well, what could they pull out of the closet?
Galaxy 2 is what we were saying, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
Galaxy 2.
True. Yeah.
And then I would be really mad if they did the All Stars and brought it back for this because they did that 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And they brought it and it was like limited.
Yeah, because I got that for my birthday.
And now it's selling for $100, online used.
Yeah. And then plus all those games are now available on Nintendo Switch Online in their original form. Like you don't
have like the cartridge.
No, you don't, and they're not the limited edition in the high def or whatever. So like, you're playing a different version of them, but like
but I'll be pissed if they try to bring that back because it was supposed to be a one-time exclusive, and they really did stick to it. They like took it out of the eShop and everything.
That's still weird to me that they've that's just they're leaving money on the table. Why did they do that?
They are, but I feel like I have something exclusive. And cherished.
That's true. I do. Yeah, you do. Okay. So they could do, as you say, Galaxy 2 is ripe for some love. I think that would be amazing. There could be, I'm just putting out loads of things here that probably will never happen. But like, could you imagine like a full on Mario 64, like proper remake? That could be a remake. Yeah. Like,
do you think they would have been able to keep it secret this long?
I think they could. Like Nintendo's really good about like
there's always having.
I don't know from Nintendo. I don't know because there was a leaker for a long time, but they found out that this person who was leaking it knew somebody in Nintendo and could find out from like the back end system of things what was going to be on like their presentations.
So the Nintendo ninjas murdered him.
I have never to be heard from again. This guy's
never heard of him.
So that hasn't happened. So
they installed the fear in their employees.
Exactly. Oh man, I want to see that film. Like I wanted to see that Netflix show of like the secret ninjas going in. So I don't know. I'm just there could be something like that.
That I hope so.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like there will be a general direct for Mario's birthday.
Okay.
I think it's going to happen the week, like 1 week 2. to his birthday or on his birthday. And if it does happen on his birthday, I think they will announce a new Mario game coming. But I don't think it'll happen on his birthday. I think it'll happen the following year.
Right.
So this is just
it's the announcement.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah, that could be good. But I like that idea. I think that's about right though, because if there is a direct, as you're saying, in the early part of September, then that would be really cool to say it's Mario's 40th. And look, sometimes for his birthday, they've just said and now you can play this one on Nintendo Switch Online. And it's a really lame thing.
Yeah, but this is the big year. So they did something big for the 35th. This is 40. This is this is a celebration. Everybody does something big for their 40th. I'm going to Japan. So gotta do something.
Addison Gaming goes to Japan? I'm going. Yeah. Apparently I'm going with you. Yes.
Come on. Everybody's invited.
Love it. Okay, so I think I could totally see them announcing the next big 3D Mario to get people really hyped for buying the system and all that kind of good stuff.
What if the new game is Mario Galaxy 3? I love the Galaxy one, so
I love the Galaxy game.
It's so much fun, and that would be kind of cool.
That would that would be really cool. Gosh, yeah, that just got me. I don't know. My head's just starting to spin now. And then, what part would Rosalina play in it? I'd love to see her story fleshed out more.
And it's played from Rosalina's. Remember, not Rosalina's point of view because it's a Mario thing. But
yeah.
But remember, I wanted a Rosalina first exclusive game. What if that happens?
100%.
Oh my god.
There's got to be something in that. I think there could be.
Yeah.
Because Galaxy is beloved. I know not everybody loved it. For the most part, people say it's such an amazing game.
I loved it. I loved it so much. And I want to hear Rosalina go, and the little stars, they're so cute.
Yeah. And it's when you're feeding that tree in Donkey Kong Bonanza, that was when you were feeding the stars in Galaxy. I loved it so much. It's so cute.
Yes, I love it. Okay, so with the Mario 40th happening, we are going to have either a direct of just Mario. But I feel like we will have to, the floodgates are going to open and it's going to come pouring out and we're going to get Nintendo. It's going to be all crazy.
Yeah.
And everything's going to there's going to be game after game after game. So it's going to have all these games that we talked about, listed are all going to be out and we're going to be overwhelmed and we can't play it all. So
then it's too much.
We're doing nothing right now and now it's going to be too much. So,
but I hate it when that happens because I just think just keep it at a steady pace because then it gets stressful and overwhelming. But it's also fun. Come on, in the grand scheme of games and of life, having too many games to play is a great problem to have.
And Gamescom in Cologne is happening soon in Germany. The 20th and 24th of this month. And Pokemon ZA is going to be featured there with gameplay, I believe.
Great.
And same in PAX West in Seattle, which is happening the next week. And it's the 29th through September 1st. And so there's these things that are happening that I feel like maybe there will be a direct before this Gamescom because they want to show off some new things with Nintendo. I don't know.
I think more in September, I think is right. Because
September does sound right, but
because what will typically happen around Gamescom and PAX East is other developers and people will start PAX West? Sorry, will start making announcements about other things. Okay. So I think probably the third party team and people and all that. So I think Nintendo probably doesn't want to compete with that.
Okay.
Because it'll be crowded. So I think your first your first idea in September. Kids are back to school. We're back into routines.
The week of the 40th birthday.
That feels like a much more solid guess of a yes right there for that one. Ooh, yeah, I'm excited. Come on, September. Yeah. Come on.
I know, but in the meantime, we have Dragon Drive.
What a drag.
Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that.
But then, and in that direct, do you think it's just going to be all about Mario? Or you think
I think
we're going to get
Mario
the announcements for the rest of the games?
The last thing or the first thing in the direct? And no, I think that direct will tell us the dates for all these things that we've been missing, and maybe a surprise game drop that day. You know how they do things.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have more GameCube games and the GameCube thing like announced as
like
well.
the Chibi Robo one that they've announced. Yeah. Have you ever played Chibi Robo?
No.
No, I haven't. I can't
But it's
wait to
cute
play
looking.
that. I cannot wait to play that. It looks so cute. And that was like Nintendo at a time that I missed it because I was at college at the time and I was busy. Like I just
Too cool for
didn't
school.
have time. No, well,
Nintendo.
yeah, I was never cool in my entire life. But it was more just like I was like, you know, college is busy and I was doing drama and all that kind of stuff or whatever. Let's talk. I was partying. Let's be honest. So like the whole GameCube like generation passed me by, but Nintendo was doing some really weird shit with the GameCube. Yeah. And I think Chibi Robo is one of those, and I can't wait to like, you know, grab the GameCube controller that I got and really get stuck into it. Because the ones on there now, I'm like,
buy a GameCube controller for 3 games.
Right?
Like, come on,
like, I've already played all those. I don't. Or
did they release Strikers yet? Is there 4 games now?
Oh yeah, there's 4 games, but so, I don't want to play that either.
I do want to play Strikers actually, because the Switch 1 version of Strikers was crap, poo poo. Switch 1 version of Strikers what I'm thinking is it's giving me Dragon Drive vibes, because I'm like, okay, what else is there to do? Like, I'm bored in this game. Is there anything else to do, or am I done? Yeah. This is it. So that's what it sounds like to Dragon Drive.
That was like tennis when it came out. The Mario Tennis on the Switch. It was a bit just like, yeah. But then, so Nintendo, like over the Switch's lifespan, they got pretty good at releasing like either a game a month, you know, like a first party game every month, even if it was like maybe a couple of small ones that weren't like, you know, taking over the internet or whatever. And then like maybe once a quarter, they'd release like a big tentpole one, or maybe one, you know, each half of the year. So there hasn't been anything in August, has there? I don't think Dragon Drive. So maybe that's their small one, but that feels really small. And then maybe September's game is the Hyrule Warriors game that you mentioned. Like that, I can feel that easily.
Yeah, because that one looks done already from all the videos they've been showing of it. And also, it's like I don't care about that one, unfortunately. Exactly. I want the story.
Yeah,
but also the story's been beaten to death with the Zelda. Like that timeline of that story. Like it's just. Yes. I don't know, like Tears of Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. I'm ready for a new story, a new Zelda story. So,
yeah, I think so. I think you're right. And also because I've been playing a little bit of Breath of the Wild with the phone app to like that fills in the lore. So it's kind of it's an interesting thing. Like they're and
then does Princess Zelda speak to you and tell you about stuff? Yeah, that's cool.
It's really interesting.
I like that.
I do like it actually. I thought it was going to be a bit gimmicky, but like it doesn't pull too much attention to it. You know, I can still play and it's just there. Or if I like go like, oh no, just show me where the shrines are, because I've already played through it and I did 100% all the shrines. So I don't care if it's like secret discovery anymore. Just like remind me where they are. It's so handy for that. So yeah, like I wonder how much more story this game can tell. And I think probably this feels like just a quick like X or, you know, Twitter social media drop and says, okay, releasing in 2 weeks or whatever. So they can say out in 2 weeks, beginning of September. Yeah, they don't even need to have it in the direct, right? They just go, we've already talked about it.
I don't know how many people or what people feel about it. Are they like anticipating it? Like they just have to play this Warriors game.
Yeah.
Or if it's kind of just like, okay, another Warriors game.
No idea. I mean, I think we spoke about this a little bit when we were reacting to the direct. But I think that the Warriors games for me, the original Hyrule Warriors, because I had the Wii U and I had nothing to play on it because it was such a, you know, drought of a system, which I love my Wii U. I will defend it till the day I die. But I remember I will definitely with gamepad in hand. A Hyrule Warriors came out and I was like, great, I can play this like interesting Zelda, you know, like side game. And I was like, I made myself love it because I had nothing to play. And then I realized actually I don't really like these games. They're not that interesting. So
yeah, that's how it was with the first one that came out on the Switch.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, Zelda, yes, give me. Because I was, for some reason, I just was like, Breath of the Wild, like give me something new. And I was like,
yeah.
I just kind of feel like
it's a mess.
Destroying everybody, and I'm over it now.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool that you can like play as these kind of deep cut characters from the system and they give them a little bit of something, but not enough to make me spend the money on it and like play it. Like, no, not doing
it. It's not my style.
Yeah. What else? What's else on the ticket, Mike?
Well, Speaking of Zelda, we have Zelda the movie coming May 7th of 2027, which is super exciting. Old news, but new news as well. They have their official Twitter account. Not sure when this came out, but they have official Twitter account. And it's funny because the two people who the Zelda movie is following on Twitter, on X. It's
two people who are okay, gotcha.
So who the movie decided to follow? They're only following Sony Pictures and PlayStation accounts. And I'm like, okay, so a Nintendo themed game is following Sony Pictures and PlayStation. And those are only two things that are. So it makes me wonder if Sony Pictures is in charge of because Sony Pictures is distributing and co-financing the movie with Nintendo.
Yeah, totally.
So I'm wondering if they're in charge of the Twitter account because, like, why wouldn't they follow it? They're not even following Nintendo.
Probably. This is total, like, somebody trolling, isn't it? It's got to be, like, somebody just taking the piss, being like, how funny is it that, like, Sony's like all over Zelda at the moment? That's too funny.
It is so weird. And I'm like, why isn't the Zelda movie following Nintendo?
Yeah, exactly.
Still, I looked it up today and I'm like, it's still like they just have 2 followers. I mean, they are following only 2 people. So,
well, I guess, like, you know, I don't know much about like how all this works, but like if you know, Sony's I believe Nintendo has more money invested in the project than Sony does, so they get like final say on things. But maybe Sony's like the one in charge of marketing or of you know socials or whatever, right? I suppose there will be some sort of ownership.
They seem to be a little better at these kind of things than I guess
they're
Nintendo
totally
is. This is new. This is like, even though they did the Super Mario movie, this is like new ground for them because, you know, this is live action and whatnot. But also I did read Nintendo has full creative control over everything. So,
oh my gosh, yeah, totally. So this is just Sony's way of grabbing something and be like, see what we've done.
Yeah,
a little bit
it's kind of like I compared it to when the iPhone couldn't make their own OLED glass things. Right. It was because the iPhone was buying the glass screens from Samsung. You know, like what is happening in this world?
Yeah, this and it's weird to think like this. It's not exactly the same, but do you remember when we were kids and like Sega stopped making consoles and then suddenly Sonic was on a Nintendo console and we were like, this just feels weird. So it's kind of that a little bit, like, you know, we are literally saying the words Sony and Zelda and they are connected in some way, shape, or form. Like, it's just, that's so bizarre.
Okay,
just temperature check. Wait, temperature check though. Do you think this is going to be a good movie?
I don't know. I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like, for me, this is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Of Nintendo. Like, I feel like, I know Mario's the biggest in Nintendo, but for me, Zelda's the biggest thing.
Zelda, yeah, 100%.
I like Mario, but I'm not like gonna. I would buy a Zelda game if I had to choose. If I had to kill one, I would kill Mario off and just keep Link and Zelda. So if I had no choice,
I agree with you.
If I had no choice.
Yeah, I mean, I love Zelda games so much more than, you know, it's like talking about children. It's impossible to say you love one more than the other.
Yes.
But I love Zelda more than I love Mario.
I love Zelda more than I love Mario. And I think I love Zelda more than I love Metroid. So,
because the thing about Zelda is like you feel like you are playing Link, right? Like that's the great thing about them. And, you know, like you get to embody
and it's the music.
Character, right? Yeah.
Like I just love hearing, like when I go into the, like, what is it called? Forest, the Korok Forest. I'm just like, dun, 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 it's so good. And I can just listen to that all day long.
Yeah, it's so good, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think it's. Look, I am very prepared for this movie to be fine. I don't think it's going to be anything like groundbreaking, amazing. But as long as they just don't fuck it up, right? Just give me something that is like perfectly good, and that'll do. Like, I just don't need, you know.
Hey, listen.
yeah, listen to me.
Listen.
I think that's where I'm at with that. I'm walking in going, I'm sure this isn't going to be amazing, but I just am gonna let it be what it is, and that will be fine. But I hope
That's
it's
how I
just
went into the Mario movie, and I
yeah,
thoroughly enjoyed it.
good,
Even
yeah,
though
good
it's
shout.
not amazing,
Yeah.
but it was very entertaining and I liked it.
But
So
I have more like as we said,
true.
we've just said, I have so much more invested in the whole story of Zelda and you know the Legend of Zelda, and but it's so ripe for good story, right? There's just so much in there,
so
like
much.
oh yeah,
and there's so many different timelines you can choose. So,
oh my gosh!
But here's the thing: I think the movie is going to create its own timeline.
Okay,
it's going to be really messed up. But
yeah.
So okay, coming out May 7th of 2027, they've already chosen who's playing Zelda and who's playing Link. We have Bo Bragason, who is playing Zelda. She is a 21-year-old actress,
Cool.
lesser known. Both these actors are fairly unknown.
Yeah,
right. So they have a few things they were in, and I looked it up, and I don't remember anymore. But they're that's how unknown they are. So, and I think that's the good thing. So playing Link is Benjamin Evan Ainsworth. He's 16 years old at the time of filming this. So, and that's curious to me because I'm like, why did they choose I know Link is young, but why did they choose such a young actor to play him? And I'm just thinking it's going to be a series, like maybe a trilogy, because the Triforce Triangle trilogy. So, So they wanted to grow with it.
Yeah.
So I looked at them and they're fine. They just look like normal people. Like one, she does look like Zelda, I guess. He needs lighter hair, I think, for Link. But other than that,
they can dye
I hope
it.
so. Hope they do that. But other than that, it's just like okay. And then I think that's a smart choice on Nintendo's part, because if we had like really well-known actors that were cast for Zelda and for Link, we'd have such higher expectations.
Sure.
And where these people might really surprise us, and we might really love it. And we're not going into it feeling like we're going to expect something great from these people. Like, although I am, but like, if it was somebody super famous, then I'd be like, it better be really good.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, not super famous, because I think we were talking, and I think at some point people were talking maybe Tom Holland or Timothy Chalamet or something. Like they were saying that was in the kind of atmosphere or whatever. But then yes, to your point, agree about then that we would expect so much from them. But then also, I wouldn't be able to see Link. Like I would just be seeing Timothy Chalamet or Tom Holland. So this is great that they've gone for people that are lesser known. I'm sure they're great actors. They would have gone through the audition process. I'm sure they're going to be brilliant at what they do. But then we get to as an audience, see them establish the character, and then they will always now be Link and Zelda, right?
Exactly.
I do have one thing though, like. I think you're right. You're 100% right. They've cast someone young for the characters, or younger like looking, so that they can, be prepared for, a trilogy and all of the things you said about the Triforce and stuff. But one of the like the parts of the lore for Zelda is that Link is always a different Link.
Yeah.
No, it's not the same. It's never the same. It's just there is in each generation, in each timeline, there is somebody who is a Link. Right, so it's not. But they're never the same. Yeah,
I was going to say also in Ocarina of Time, he's young and old, right?
Right. Yes, and so
that's true. So there's different ages.
So those two are the same Links, right? Because you're going through like the time zone right there with that one. But the Link in Breath of the Wild is not the same Link that's in Ocarina of Time, or he's I think the only two are Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, because those are directly connected and in the same world.
Well, because didn't Ocarina of Time split the timeline into 3 separate areas?
Yes, it did.
And Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are part of that as well.
Yeah,
apparently. I don't know. I have to look into this. We should do a lore video.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. Because I also have I got the encyclopedia right there from the Nintendo store, and it's like all of all the stories of each game, and then here's the timeline and all that stuff. We should definitely do that.
I like that.
So no, I think going back to like the point of the casting that you were talking about. No, I think you're right, because I think they're planning for success, and they probably already have a arc for 3 films at least. So great.
It's
great
interesting. Yes, and then also who's going to? Well, first of all, will Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, who's playing Link, will he be silent? Because Link has never spoken, has he? No.
Just grunts.
Or wasn't there an animation and he spoke in that, like an animation series or something?
There was like
a show.
There were two examples where, in the game it's just like, but then there were two examples of really bad. They were really bad. Apologies if you're the voice actors here doing this. You're probably great voice actors, but this wasn't a great performance.
They're not listening. Just kidding.
Maybe, yeah. Now they're not. Was the CDI, the Philips CDI games that were created like with that, like when Nintendo fucked over Sony and then like went with Philips to make the CD-ROM attachment that was going to go for the Super Nintendo. Do you remember that whole like do you remember that story?
No, but I like it.
Oh my god. Sidebar real quick. So Nintendo and Sony back in like 1991 and 92 had like built a CD add-on for the Super Nintendo, like the Sega CD.
Oh, I didn't know
they had partnered for this. Oh my god, this is a huge story. Oh my god, Mike. So they had built. They had a relationship. 5. Yeah, no, you were. Yeah. I mean, like, why would you know? But I'm so excited, like, to tell you this. So they had a deep partnership. They had already built like the system. Basically, they had shown it in magazines, and they were developing like games for it and everything. And the day like they were supposed to announce it at an E3, Nintendo saying that they had partnered with Sony to create, and they were calling it the Nintendo PlayStation. Nintendo got up to a press conference and said, we are partnering with Philips to explore CD technology. Sony had no idea this was coming. They couldn't do their press conference, and they were like totally blindsided. And the reason why Nintendo did this is because they couldn't agree with Sony around how much money Sony was going to make off selling of the discs, because Sony owned the CD technology and they were going to take a massive cut on the game, every game that was sold. And Nintendo was notoriously really like had a massive grip on printing cartridges and making so much money for that. So it was going to like totally eat into their business model. And they were like, not doing it. So that's what pissed off Sony so much. And then they were like, fine, you don't want to do with us? We're going to go create our own system. And then they totally schooled Nintendo a few years later and then ate their lunch completely. So, but Nintendo still stands by it. Like, I mean, what a fucking move, man. You were in the, like, literally the next conference was going to be them announcing it. And then Nintendo got up before them and said, we ain't going to play with that anymore. What the fuck? Oh my God.
That's crazy. Oh my God. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Then came PlayStation.
And
now they're partnering
Nintendo
together for this movie.
There you go. All's well that ends well, I suppose, right?
And then Sony's going to be like, we don't want to fund this anymore.
Could you imagine if they like fooled? There's been like, they've been playing the revenge long game. And then they just suddenly go like, sorry, Nintendo, no more funding for your movie.
Oh my God. Yeah. Whatever. Nintendo has money. They can just do it themselves.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. So back, will he be silent? We don't know.
I think he's got to speak. I think he's got to speak, especially for a movie.
I think he'll be a man of little words.
Sure. Okay.
Or a boy with little words, but I don't know.
I mean, the only way I could see like them getting around it, and I just don't know if this is good storytelling, is, you know, like maybe the fairy companion is his voice, right? Okay. So like maybe he's lost it in some way.
And then she's like, hey, listen.
Yeah, she knows how to speak. Yeah, that's all she can say. So it's like, that would be even worse. Like, get that out of here. But I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of like, people are creative. They could come up with a reason for why he doesn't speak. But I just don't think that would be
they need to give him a voice.
Right? Yeah.
He doesn't need a voice in the games, obviously. Yeah. But he needs, I think he
because the two that we were trying to reference before I went on that sidetrack of Sony Nintendo history was so there was a really bad couple of Zelda games on the CDI where it was like the character's like, hey, princess, or something. It was really bad. And then there was sugar. Where was the other one? Oh yeah, there was the Saturday morning cartoon series that was like where some Nintendo characters were licensed, and then he spoke. He wasn't as bad in that one, but the CDI was horrible. So.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Who will play Ganon? This has not been announced. This hasn't been you know, I think but so much makeup could be involved as well that I think anybody technically can play Ganon.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
but it's been rumored so far.
Well, it depends on which version of Ganon though, because in like
That's
Nintendo,
true.
in Ocarina of Time, he looks like a man, right? Like you
Yeah,
can
like
see him in his human form,
Gerudo.
right? He's a Gerudo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So go ahead.
So Ganon, but these are the people. This is what's been rumored. It can be
Right.
Jason Momoa,
Cool.
which I
Yes.
think gives a good look for Ganon.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Idris Elba, which I think would be amazing.
Ooh, he's
like
so
that's
good
such
too.
a big name.
Yeah.
And then it was what was his name? Voldemort,
Ralph Fiennes.
Ralph Fiennes, and so and he's great at playing bad guys. So
yeah, but I like he. Yeah, I don't know.
Not big enough.
No. Yeah, he's like more slight. I mean, he could bulk up for it.
But
like,
also
problem,
with CGI and all that, like whatever. So and then also another name that was thrown out there was Ron Perlman, who
that could be cool.
Who played Hellboy.
Yeah,
so
Ron, he's great.
So but then if you
people. Like, so, okay, I just want to think about this for a few minutes.
I want Idris Elba just because I like him.
But then if you go back to the point we were making about the Link and Zelda casting, right? All those people are really big. Most of them are really
has to be a big name, though,
names.
to help carry it, other than Zelda. Well, I mean, maybe the title itself will, but...
Maybe. I mean, yeah, I could see the big villain being a bigger name. Because a lot of it probably will be makeup and special effects for that character anyway, so you're not like fully seeing them.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I
mean, think about the Mario movie. They were all big names.
That's true.
Voiceovers.
Yeah,
so
and they did a good job. I didn't really. I liked most of them for them. They were fine.
And Jack Black has been in 2 game movies so far. So what if he comes back as Ganon?
Oh my God, I do not want Jack Black as Ganon. If Idris Elba is Ganon, though, he could totally be the king of Gorons.
They're silly.
They're so silly. But if Idris Elba is is Ganon, like he also is the voice of Knuckles, so that would be like Sony making Zelda with an actor who played a lead character in a Sega movie franchise. Yeah. Now in Nintendo's like world of Zelda, like that would just be like too many fucking video game worlds.
Idris Elba is like, not is obviously not a stranger to games because he's also in Cyberpunk 2077.
There you go. Yeah.
So he's not a stranger to these things. So
he apparently likes games. Hashtag Idris for Ganon. I'm into it. Like celebrate that win. He'd be cool. Let's go for it.
That would be great.
So good.
And then also
Jason Momoa would be good though too. Sorry,
I think he would be good. He'd be too, but I think he's kind of too good looking to play Ganon. They need to mess up his face. So
yeah, get not so good looking Jason, and then we'll give you that part. Like
you have the
what
build,
a problem to have.
Like you need to mess up that face a bit. I mean, his face is kind of rough though. If you look, I mean, looks like he's been.
Yeah, he's got that hard.
But like beat up in a good way.
Yeah.
So anyway, like beat me up. Anyway, so and then here's the thing too. Will the movie be like more of a fantasy movie, or will it be more of just like a straight up like because I've read that it's going to be filmed in real locations,
right?
So like
I'm sure it'll be filmed over here in the UK or like in Bulgaria. Some of those really like kind of cool,
just anywhere, just like I don't know,
Croatia.
But what I was trying to say is like, will there be these like mystical characters like the Zora, the bird? What are the bird people called? The
I wish you didn't ask me because I could have told you, but they are called. They will come to me in a minute.
Yes, and then the Gorgons. That one's a little bit easier to do.
Yes,
not Gorgon. Sorry, the Gerudo.
Gorons.
Those are a little bit.
Oh, the Gerudo.
The Gorons are kind of difficult. Like, how will those look like in a movie? Like, look
like
silly?
The Thing from Fantastic Four.
That's
like,
true.
So, oh gosh, what are the birds called? I can't remember.
It's okay, I got it. It's the Rhodey, isn't it?
Rhodey, yeah. Rita.
Rito. Dorito.
Yes, we got there. Doritos. That could be a good crossover. Yes, because then you have all the different characters like the Octoroks or the likes, like what bad guys are going to be in there. And I think it's going to be fantasy. right? Because I
hope
think
so.
if you look at the casting of the characters, they look like they could totally fit in a Lord of the Rings film or something.
I was just
right?
about to say that. I said, I
Yeah.
really hope this is a Lord of the Rings style movie.
I think it probably will be something like that. You know, obviously, I suspect it's going to be pitched at like a, because I think the director who's doing it did like the Maze or something like that sort of.
No, he did. Yeah, but he did something else. I can't remember.
So he works in that kind of like young adult space really well. So I feel like it's going to be like a Lord of the Rings, but with that young adult energy. So I think it will be fantastical. But I really hope though that they lean into the emerging like stuff that's happened over the last couple of Zeldas where there's technology in this fantasy world. I love that concept. Like how did this ancient tech get here?
Well, it is ancient tech, so it should be there already.
Yeah. And it allows that sort of like.
And then they're going to say it's from Wakanda.
Yeah.
That's where it all came from, because they have whatever that's called, the vibranium or whatever.
Vibranium. And then actually like Link is the new Black Panther. So great.
That's impossible. And there'll be riots in the streets because that would never.
Yeah, that would be horrible. Could you imagine?
I will join the riot.
Yeah,
but,
none of that.
Anyway.
Well, he's this universe's Panther or something. I don't know.
Anyway.
Never.
Jack Black. Just kidding. So but yeah, so there's that like and also a perfect game. If I'm pretty sure the movie won't be based on a game. It'll probably be its own thing. But a perfect game to base it on would be Skyward Sword, because Skyward Sword is the first game in the canon of Zelda. I can't even say the word chronological. No, not chronological.
Chronological.
But cannibal.
Canonography?
No, not cannibal.
No. It's
canon.
What are you trying to say? I don't know what I can't help you. It's chronologically the first one.
Yes, so.
Yeah.
Because first of all, Skyward Sword in the timeline, it has the origins of Hyrule, the origins of the Triforce, the origins of the Master Sword. It explains the history of Link, Zelda, and Ganon. And how they're like intertwined, their destinies for life or whatever. Yeah. And so, so like that's the perfect introduction and the perfect world building for a movie.
Yeah.
But honestly, they can make it their own from there, because I don't know if they want those flying birds things in there. But
yeah, I think that's going to be. I mean, I don't disagree with that. I think that it will be really interesting to see what they take from the games, and then what. You know, I'm sure Shigeru Miyamoto is all over this because this is one of his babies, right? Like he is the creator of the whole franchise, and his whole inspiration for the game was him just going out on adventures in the woods in his backyard. And he was really curious about what was in a cave. And that's how he came up with this whole idea. He wanted to grab a stick, and that's all he had to go in this cave and like fight what was ever in there. He was going to go and, save his, the forest he lived behind, I suppose. And so that was the inspiration of the whole point of Zelda, is you just a boy running around and you find something and you have to defend it and whatever. So I guess I suspect they'll probably end up like pulling bits and pieces from each of them. Like you could almost see the start of it being a kind of montage prologue of like before the land of Hyrule existed, there was this sword, and there was all of that kind
very
of
much the beginning of Lord of the Rings.
Yes, exactly.
The word I was thinking of is canonical,
okay.
which means which is canon, which means of or relating to a canon or conforming to a general rule or standard. Canonical.
Come on, dictionary, give me some definitions. That's canonically cool.
Canonically.
Welcome to the stage, Miss Canonical.
She has a monocle.
The first drag queen ever. Yeah. Okay. So I think I suspect there is a lot of lore in that in Skyward Sword. I didn't like the game itself, but I loved like what it unpacked in terms of like how Hyrule was created in the sword and all that kind of good stuff. So I think you're absolutely right. There's definitely stuff to pull from there. I'd love them to get a little weird with Majora's Mask, like that kind of creepy vibe. There must be some sort of like sequence or something in the film where he ends up in that world with all this creepiness would be really cool.
I think
I don't know what the main are. I almost would be open for a kind of its own. Let it be its own thing. Yeah, as long as they're kind of true to the source material, like I wouldn't be mad about it.
And I also think there will be a game coming with the movie or a game. So 2027 is a long time away.
Sure. Yeah.
A new Zelda game probably may or may not come out before then.
They launched the Tears of the Kingdom in 2023. So by that time, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, that's about the right time. Yeah, they've probably been working on it for... And because also Tears of the Kingdom was actually finished for a really long time. They were just tinkering and everything. So they... Yeah, you're... Okay. Timelines match up. Go on. I'm with you. I'm picking up.
I think they'll release a game before or... no, if they release it before, nobody will go see the movie. Maybe right after the movie. I don't know if it'll follow the movie, but maybe a different link, obviously.
Yes.
Maybe it'll follow the movie, but not to like the story of the movie, but not the movie. Like it's, I don't know. Just me thinking things through.
That's a curious one because like there's two parts of me that would love to kind of play the movie version of whatever they come up with. That would be really cool.
But all movie games are kind of just like meh.
Yeah, because that's the whole point. Because like, if it's a movie, if it's a game based on a movie and it's kind of one for one, you're like, well, I know this story. So the whole point about Zelda games is its discovery and like,
oh my god, and there's always like surprises and
exactly. So maybe it doesn't necessarily like make for interesting.
The whole point of Zelda games are the story.
Yeah, exactly.
With amazing gameplay.
100%. Yeah. And so I guess like, but then I wonder like with Nintendo diversifying into, with the theme parks that it has, that could be, if they line that up right, that could be a really interesting and easy sell where they're like, then go see the movie, then go to the park now, right?
Yeah,
so like they could drive people's interest.
There is no Zelda park, is there?
Not yet.
Nintendo
They just
Land,
have
it's Donkey Kong
and Nintendo Land. So I'm sure they're going to come up with a Hyrule at some point.
Nintendo, yeah, they should do it. Oh my god, imagine a Hyrule. It would basically be Disney, but like tattered and torn and this like
100,
like Blythe.
Yeah, and then you can go like when you go to the theme park, you can go and like do the cooking where you have to like choose your ingredients.
You made me laugh
and, like,
because we've just been you laughing right now. But yes.
I always I hated that like the dubious food.
Dubious. Imagine.
That's the noise. It's so good. I just so many unknowns about this, and again, like, but even just talking about it, that makes me think like I really want it to be good, but then I also want to just manage my expectations, right?
It's so like you want it to be good, but then you're like getting depressed talking about it at the same time. It's like it's gonna be awful.
Yeah,
or maybe it's awfully good.
I can't wait for that first trailer that they drop, like because it's gonna be like it's gonna be either like a teaser of just the sword.
Is a master sword or the Triforce spinning around.
Something like that. Yeah, it'll be something like that, and everybody will read into it. There'll be one little like nugget of something that like the internet will go coconuts for.
I want Zelda to have more powers because she never uses her powers in anything other than like Echoes of Wisdom or like she never. Yeah, she always has. She's like so powerful, right?
Yeah,
like she's like beyond powerful,
crazy powerful. Yeah,
but she never does anything with it.
Yeah. It's
always like edging me there and I'm like, nothing happens.
Well, the way I hope that they, not exactly 1-to-1, obviously, but like the way that they allowed Princess Peach in the Mario movie to be like a really full form character, she wasn't in Mario Shadow. You thought she needed to calm down a little bit? Okay.
No, I'm not going to tell a woman to calm down.
Oh, but, yes, you did.
No, I just thought like it was like extreme because they never did that in any of the games.
Sure.
So she cried in a game. Remember?
Oh, that was the worst. Oh, yeah.
Her emotional, like she was an emotional character in a game.
Such a stupid choice, Nintendo.
Yes, but I'm just saying, like, she's never been that in anything.
Sure.
She's just always she just was there and would like help.
She's typically the damsel in distress, right? And so you have to go save her. Yeah.
I'm happy they did that, but also it was like this is a lot. This is like a completely different timeline and Peach.
But this is why I think the games and movies of Nintendo's like pathway that they're going with all these different, avenues of entertainment now. That's why I don't think they're going to ever really fully line them up, because then, suddenly, you know what I mean? So like you can allow Zelda in the movies to be one way or Link to be one way, but we know in the games, like, because the movies facilitate fun story and worlds that we have grown up with as gamers, or that young gamers grow up with. But the games are all about good gameplay. So I think that's Nintendo's like thinking.
So it's just going to be completely separate.
Yeah, I think so. I think it will. I think it would be they'd box themselves, because from a development standpoint, I don't think it would line up, right? Like they would have had to, unless they've known the story of the new Zelda for so long, and that's what they sold it to Sony as, to say like, you're going to make this movie of this game. But I just that feels too risky, because then, I don't know. Maybe it could be. It absolutely could be. But
the only time I see Zelda like go crazy is in Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
And she's like super like.
Yeah.
And then just kills everybody. But
and in Tears of the Kingdom, like what I love, that game was so good. Tears of the Kingdom was so fucking good. I love how integral she was to the story, and and I'm not gonna. It's been out, but like,
is she gonna be a dragon in this movie?
She's gonna be a dragon. Well, but that's the point. Like the thing about Tears of the Kingdom is, I felt like I was like, oh, I wanted to know what she was doing the whole time. In a way, I was like, I want to go play that game, because Zelda seemed really cool. So it's like to your point, they like edge you with this really cool stuff that Zelda can do in the games, but you never really get to like see her fully come alive and kind of out there doing awesome things with her power. So
in Breath of the Wild, I believe, or one of the stories, it was one of the cutscenes, and she had to do something, and she was like super powerful for a second. Yeah. Or she was holding Ganon the whole time, remember? And
that's how you beat him at the end. Like you release her and she traps him, and then he has to shoot the arrow, arrow or whatever.
And and it's like, so you finally like, oh, thank you for being something amazing, like using your power. And then Tears of the Kingdom, she was like searching, or no, was that Breath of the Wild? She was searching for her power the whole time.
That was
Tears of the Kingdom. I can't remember anymore.
No, Tears of the Kingdom was
like,
Breath of the Wild. She was serving her power. She was trying to uncover it for ancient power. And then Tears of the Kingdom, she was looking for Link the whole time, because he had gotten lost or whatever. Yeah, she was trying to find him.
You know why he gets lost? Because he can't speak. He can't speak up. He can't say, I'm over here. He's just like, ooh.
He's going to speak in the film. He's got to speak in the film.
He's got to speak.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, that's all I have on that. It's just very fun to speculate. And,
it really is.
I'm super excited. Of course, I'm going to see the movie.
Oh, day one. Yeah, for sure.
I'm just, I am worried about it, but even if it's bad, it's fine. We'll still have a new game coming out, I'm sure.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll ever do like, the Zelda and Link movie amiibo, right? Could you imagine like if they did
they didn't do one for Mario.
No, they didn't. No. So I don't think they would, but that would be kind of interesting as a way to kind of tie it all together. Like, or you could like download a skin of the character into one of the Zelda games. That could be kind of interesting. It's never going to happen, but like, yeah.
There will definitely be a plush.
There will definitely be some sort of plush.
A Master Sword plush.
Yeah.
So you can whack people with it.
But if you think about like what Nintendo is doing at the moment, they're actually, Nintendo is so good. Or maybe I'm just genius because I'm thinking of this in my mind. But if you imagine, Mario, they made the Mario movie, and that is going to allow a lot of young kids who don't necessarily gravitate towards console gaming anymore. They want to play on their phones and stuff. They're going to see that movie. That's the way they get kids into the Nintendo kind of ecosystem and going like, I love Mario. So that's going to help them obviously sell the consoles, right? Those kids now are going to start to be young teenagers, or just going into being teenagers when the Zelda movie comes out. So it's going to be the perfect time for them to go like, oh yeah, I want my teenage fix of Zelda, right? Because it's a little bit more mature. It's a little bit more challenging in terms of gameplay, right? So they really have like timed it really well with like grabbing a bunch of attention for, kids who, whenever the film came out now, kind of going along that age route with them to kind of get them and keep them tied in like us. They get you. That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
So they're, they've got this whole like, complex.
I don't know. I feel like Nintendo though also is one of the only if your household's going to have a console, Nintendo is the only console that you have because it's so kid friendly.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
But on both sides, it makes sense. 100%, basically, this is it. This is what's happening.
And there's very few, like, most kids will play on tablets or phones nowadays, but there's only the one Mario game on,
and it's only available on Nintendo or that silly running game where you just jump on Mario. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. So, you have to. I did. It was so good. And you know what? They still update it.
Like when they Bloom.
Like when they. Yeah, when the kids are gonna play fucking Pikmin Bloom.
You have to go walking.
No, I'm not doing it.
You walk all the time.
I know, but I don't want to. I don't want that to invade my life.
Video games. You don't want that to like burn your battery.
No, I just think like my running and my walking is like I listen to things. I don't want to gamify that. I just want to run or walk. But the only way you can play most of the Nintendo, I think pretty much every Nintendo game is largely, unless you're doing it illegally, or you are, you got to get your kid a Nintendo system. So yeah, they've got a pretty sweet little setup.
I agree.
And they're doing good. That Switch is selling fast. It has sold a lot of systems.
Sure has.
Yeah, absolutely. What else? Anything else, Mike?
That's all I have written down.
Yeah. That's a good recap. I think one of the rumors I heard, just kind of small bite-sized things, is Microsoft is continuing to put like long storied franchises that were traditionally just associated with Xbox and the Xbox brand over to PlayStation. So there's growing rumors that Halo is about to show up on PlayStation. I wouldn't be surprised if that shows up on Switch 2 as well. I think Microsoft is going fully third party here, and that's fine. Like I don't, whatever, more games, more people can play them, because I think Forza Horizon 5, that was Xbox exclusive, has sold like gangbusters on PlayStation. So there is obviously an appetite for people that want to play these games because they're typically on a one console thing. So
and if you think about it, most people lose money on the console. Most companies will accept it unless you're Nintendo. But you lose money on the console and you make all your money in games. And where Microsoft's like, well, screw it. We'll just put it on all the consoles and make some money.
Exactly.
Like, that's the smartest thing.
It is. I think it's and it's obviously the way.
Especially if you're able to make like S tier games all the time.
Yeah.
So
totally. I don't know if Microsoft has gotten to the S tier level of gaming yet. Like there's some good games out there, but I just don't feel they've ever kind of, I don't know. There's something about Xbox that feels like, I don't feel like I identify any games specifically with it. Yes, they've got some of their exclusive, but that's going away. But like PlayStation, you've got several things that you go, oh, that's PlayStation. And Nintendo, of course, all the things we talked about. But absolutely. And plus with that investment they made in acquiring Activision Blizzard for 70 something billion dollars.
Oh God.
They got to make some money, man. Like, I mean, not that Microsoft is hurting, but they got it.
Speaking of Blizzard, I hate Blizzard because
really?
my account would be getting hacked all the time when I was playing World of Warcraft. And so I always have to use that Blizzard app, and you have to like type in the little code to like log into your account. I was like, oh my God.
2A authentication.
2A. And then even that got hacked, I think, at one point. And I'm like, oh, how am I getting hacked so much at Blizzard? Anyway.
Is that what game is that? Is that League of Legends that they?
No, that's World of Warcraft.
World
and then
of
Hearthstone,
Warcraft.
The card game.
Well, there's probably a lot of computer people who know to hack stuff that play those games.
Yeah.
So,
but also my password was like 123 password.
Oh, so, Mike, come on. Yeah, it's like your name and your address, basically. You're like all the things that you should not have.
My password is password.
Yeah. The things the internet you shouldn't do. That's good advice. Please don't do that, listeners. Have good passwords.
Not that
and then original Switches are now more expensive.
Why?
The prices went up. So
US?
Yeah. In the US, they have raised the prices on the original Switches. So I think
original or OLED?
Yep. All of the every one of them, the Switch Lite, the original Switch, and the OLED have all gone up in price. And there's a
Wow.
couple of things that I've heard on, analysts talking or other podcasts saying that. So I think the OLED now, the OLED OG Switch is now like $400, right? And then the Switch 2 is like $450, and then with the game it's like five something, right? So I think, it's inevitable. Like, they don't want to raise the price on the Switch 2 yet, but they've got to find a way to claw back some money because the tariffs are now hitting and it's really impacting. So I think they're going to try and, raise the price on those things just to get any bit of money that they can in, so that actually it's like the value proposition seems better now, right? So when
Will
you
they
go
be
to the
raising
store,
the price worldwide, or is it just for the US?
I think it's just the US at the moment, or maybe other territories, but I think it's mostly just the US. But then, because if you think about that value proposition, you go to the store and you see, oh, you can get the, best version of the original Switch for $400, or for $50 more, you can get the new shiny brand new Switch 2. It's a no-brainer, right? You're going to go, well, I'll just make that $50 more. So there's a little bit of
what they're
like,
doing.
That's a little what they're doing. And they also don't want to raise that price of the Switch 2 yet, because they just want to keep it strong and going. And then they'll find a time, in a year or so after it's been out, to find a way to, raise the price, because I'm sure those tariffs they're still hitting, they're pretty high. So, weird, like, never in my life would I have ever thought that the original system would have its price go up. You remember when we were kids?
Yeah, it's like, oh,
it
let's
would go
wait.
down, and you'd get like you'd get it like for $100 or whatever, and you could get all these games for super cheap because they were like the classics collection or whatever. And now it's just not that at all. Gaming is just so expensive, so expansive.
Spinny.
Anyways, such is life. Such is life.
Such is life.
Yeah, a little bit of episode of thinking about everything that's been going on in the gaming industry.
Of just shooting the shit.
Shooting the shit. I could shoot the shit with you all day, Mike Malldee. I appreciate you jumping on here, talking games and talking nonsense, but in a really fun way. Thank you.
This beer lasted me the whole episode.
There you go. Beer's done, ladies and gentlemen. We got to wrap this up. Anything you are going to start focusing on to play, Mike?
Other than me just dabbling with the Hogwarts Legacy, I've already put like 15 hours into it, but I'm not even like close to being done.
Oh, that's like forever, isn't it?
I just keep on exploring and flying on my broomstick. But other than me just playing with that, we've been talking about doing that Ocarina 2033 something.
Claire Obscura Expedition 33. There you go.
Claire Ocarina's Expedition 33.
Yes, Claire Ocarina Remake 37.
Claire Obscura. Yes. I'm gonna download. I'm gonna resubscribe to Xbox. I will be in the States for a month. So I don't know if I'm taking my computer with me or not. But,
okay.
So maybe I won't resubscribe just yet.
You might be able. Do you have a Steam Deck? No. No.
I can do it on the Oculus, but I don't think I'm taking that either with me. I think I'm just taking the Switch. So maybe I'm just going to focus on Switch games and pray something comes out.
Yeah, do that. Absolutely. I mean, gosh, there's loads of games. There's so many games. So
something new.
Well, if you are right with
Switch
your predictions,
exclusive.
like while you're over in, how long are you away for?
A month.
Okay. Well, then you'll definitely be there when the direct happens.
My plan was to purchase Cyberpunk 2077 cartridge for
right.
Hopefully it doesn't get more expensive, but maybe I'll find it used already.
Cool.
So I can so my plan, maybe I'll get into that. But I think it's going to be just Switch games for me right now.
Sick. Perfect. Loads to talk about on the Switch too, so we can absolutely pick up on what you're playing in the next coming episodes. I've got Claire Obscura Expedition 33 downloaded. I've started it, and now I've got.
Is it beautiful?
It's beautiful. It's right. I'm so excited to like really, really dive into it. So I'll probably I want to get through that one before it gets to September, because I've got lots of like busy stuff happening. So play that throughout the rest of August. So looking forward to that. And then I've got some travel starting to kick back up in September and things. So then I'll switch over to some more Switch 2 games. But look at this. We got options. We got options and lots of things to talk about. What are you playing out there, listeners? What are you focused on? What games are you loving at the moment? We'd love to hear your thoughts on any of those things that you were spending time playing and loving and having a good time getting into. What are your thoughts on anything we talked about in terms of the roadmap? Is there a full Nintendo Direct coming in September? What's going to happen for Mario's 40th anniversary, if anything? When is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond actually going to come out? We don't know. If you have the inside secret sauce, reach out to us on gamers@outofsyncgaming.co.uk. That's gamers@outofsyncgaming.co.uk with any of your thoughts on this episode, games you're looking forward to, or any questions you want to ask us. Just send them on over. Where else can people find us on socials, Mike?
You can search Out of Sync Gaming on all the socials, and Blue Sky included.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all. Out of Sync Gaming.
Love it. Yeah, get involved. Check out the website as well. There's some reviews up there. Some more going to be coming in the next couple of weeks from some things that from games I've played, but just need to finish off the reviews and post them. But we'll let you know. So I guess that's about everything for this episode. Remember to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. That's our next goal. So help us get there. Be one of those first 1,000 to subscribe.
If you've made it this far in the episode, thank you.
Absolutely.
For listening to our banter.
Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for sticking around. Leave those comments. Get involved. And you can also find us on Discord as well, so you can jump in there and get involved with that community.
And tell us what you want to see us play. I'm open to switching things up. So
totally. Yes. Please do. That would be fun. Yeah. What do you want to hear us talk about? What do you want to see us play? Cool. All right. Well, I guess that means until next time.
Play what you want to.
Bye.
Bye-bye.